Welcome back to The Diktators with your host, the wonderful, fantastic, glorious Ryan.
And Skip.
And pain in the rear end, Joe.
I'm not Joe, I'm Skip.
You could call yourself Skip all day long for
I'm
all
16.
I care.
I'm 16. I like being
What are you,
16.
Benjamin Button?
No, I like being 16. It's the best thing in life.
It's really not.
No responsibilities.
It's really not.
Yeah, it is.
You can't go and just do whatever you want to do, though. You don't have freedom.
You do have freedom. The first thing you want to do is get a little girl with you and it's like, hey,
You
you're
don't have
happy.
freedom.
Hey,
You can't even go to the freaking store and buy a six-pack.
who cares about a six-pack? You're in
You care.
You're in puppy love.
You care.
Well, you're too big to get puppy love. You be in elephant love. You got to be kidding me. There's no puppy love for someone that's 6'5".
Guy's the size of a freaking
Wait a
hippo.
minute. 6'5".
Hey, the kettle is calling the pot black right now.
Yeah, 6'5".
Got a rhino over here.
6'5", 300 pounds. I guess you can't call that puppy love at 16.
I wasn't first. I was as tall as 16. But I wasn't. I had a few pounds off.
Pounds off? Come
Few.
on.
Just a few.
Tell the truth.
The truth will set you free, my son.
Yeah, well, it should set you free because that's a lot of pounds.
You ain't no motherfucking skinny person over there.
Yeah, I'm getting a little big. What can I say? You know, I'm trying to enjoy life at my age. I only got 3 years to live. I should enjoy it.
That is the dumbest thing you keep. You keep putting that in your head. You're gonna make it come true.
Well, you know what? It really sucks to be a good cook like I am, a culinary cook. What are you going to do?
I had something of yours, and the jury is out on your chefing skills.
All I gave you was
you gave me a raw slab of meat.
I gave you tomatoes.
No, that's your farming skills. That's not your cooking skills. That's your farming abilities.
That wasn't my fault. That was the grill's fault. I talked to Joe Biden. He told me all about it.
Do you take accountability for anything?
Well, you know what? That's why I like hanging out with Democrats, because I don't have to take accountability. It's your fault that it happened.
I'm surprised you said that word right.
It's your fault that they did this.
It's my fault that I did what?
Whatever you did, that's why this is happening.
You don't even know what the hell you're talking about, and I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
But how do you know it's not even happening then?
What? I need some medication.
Take a sip. There you go. There's the medication right there. So what were you talking about that you don't know what we're talking about?
What's more important?
Life.
A girl being satisfied or a guy being satisfied in the bedroom?
The girl being satisfied.
That's more important?
Yes, it is.
I would disagree.
Hey, you can bust a nut anywhere.
If a guy isn't satisfied, no children get produced. If a girl isn't satisfied, children still pop out.
Well, it's amazing you say these things. How do you know? What's the statistics?
100%. If a guy doesn't bust, no fucking baby comes.
That's just terrible.
If a girl doesn't have an orgasm, you can still have a baby.
Well, they fake 95% of the time anyway.
I think the whole thing is a myth. It's like a unicorn. The female orgasm is the equivalent of a unicorn.
Wait. I seen the Minions, and there was a unicorn.
Next.
What it was is a goat with one horn, and one horn fell off.
I know what a unicorn is.
And the little girl was like, "It's a unicorn!" And they all looked at each other and said,
"Is this a movie review channel now?"
Yeah. Well, and they all looked at her and says, "I don't want to ruin her and tell her the truth."
The truth will
So
set you
moving
free.
on. So what do you think about climate change?
It's fantastic. I want to burn more dead dinosaurs.
So how's the climate treating you?
It's treating me fine.
You warm at night?
I'm cozy. Cozy, baby.
You cool in the summer?
Hot in the summer, a little bit.
Those wind turbines must be really working really good this year, huh?
Those things are extremely efficient.
Yeah, they kill a lot of birds.
They're fucking great killers.
You know, in fact, you could walk underneath when they got a whole row of them and probably pick up 20, 30 birds out of each one of them. And then it's like, hey, you got food for the week.
You know, overall, the full lifespan of those freaking windmills is energy or is carbon negative.
It's probably like 15 years, if that.
Meaning, I might have said that, meaning that it actually cost the world and Earth more energy to produce the windmill and for it to function and everything than it does produce in its lifespan.
So you got anything funny to say today?
No.
Tell us about that transsexual bar you were at. Wait.
It wasn't my fault.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm a Democrat now. It was not my fault.
So let's get this right.
I did not have sexual translations with those.
Wait. What was the name of the shirt you wore?
I did not have sexual relations with those trannies.
So let me get this straight. So you're on not eBay, but one of those dating sites, right?
I think it might have been Bumble.
Tinder, Bumble.
I think it was Bumble.
Bumble
honestly.
my butt.
I think it was Bumble.
And there you go. You hook up with a girl. She tells you to meet out at a club.
Well, that wasn't the first time we met out.
Oh, so this is the second time you went to a transsexual bar.
No, the first time we went to a normal bar. We actually went to 2 normal bars.
How do you know it was normal?
Because I was fucking there. And there was no S on the end of the name of the bar.
So what was the name of this bar again? Oh, you can't say it. I understand.
I honestly don't remember.
He
It
doesn't
didn't have
want
an S in it, though.
He doesn't want to remember because...
Would you want to remember?
I didn't go.
If it wasn't for you, I would have forgotten about this by now. But you keep bringing it up every few weeks.
You know, I think it's really funny.
From your point of view, yeah, it is.
You know, how much...
But too bad you don't tell the story accurately.
Let me ask...
How about this? How about you tell the story
let me ask,
from your point of view, and then I'll tell what actually happened.
Let me ask 300 million Americans the same question. How often do you go to a transsexual bar and not know it's a transsexual bar?
I thought you were going to ask a completely different question.
I threw you off, didn't I?
I thought you were going to say, how often do you jerk off?
That was close.
What was the question again?
I forget. It's like, I'm sure there's a lot of guys that have been to those bars and they like them.
Yeah, they're called transsexuals.
I mean, hey, you got. It's almost like going out for Halloween.
No, seriously, you tell the story, and then I'll give the accurate story.
How's
what happened? Tell them what the story was with the bar.
Right, here's the story. He picks up a girl on Bumblebee, correct?
Bumblebee. Keep going.
And what did you have on your T-shirt? What did it say?
You tell the story.
It said "suck" with an arrow to your penis. Is that what it said?
I want you to tell the story.
And then you went into the club there and hung out with a couple of guys that were girls, and she said, "These are my friends." And then your story is like, I got up and left and I didn't tell her.
Is that the end of your story?
Yeah, that's my end of my story because that's all I ever heard.
How come anytime we're around other people with no camera, you tell a very much more elaborate story?
The truthful story?
That has more punchlines to it. No, it's even more exaggerated and ridiculous.
I don't want to tell the truth here because I don't want to embarrass you.
No, I want you to embarrass me.
So he went to one of those, what do they call them in the bathrooms? One of those stalls. And it had one of those glory hole things in there. And he got lucky. So tell the truth. And your girlfriend, who I don't even know if she was a transsexual either, she says, it was a girl that did you. Tell the truth, Ryan. Let's hear you rip it up.
So, by the way.
Let's hear it.
By the way,
it was a girl, not a guy.
That was the worst telling of a story I've ever heard. That was the worst time I've ever heard you tell a story.
Yeah, I know.
You dropped the ball there.
I am going to apologize to you.
No, I'm not asking for apology.
No, I'm going to apologize.
I'm going to say you just did a shitty job at telling a story.
Because the truth really hurts.
So.
It's okay it happened to you. There's a lot of guys in this world this happened to. That's that guy, Donnie Bonaducci, from the Partridge Family.
Danny Bonaducci?
Yeah, he got picked up a girl, thought it was a girl.
Yeah.
And he punched her out because it was a guy giving him.
You know, there's a comedian that likes trannies, Jim Norton.
I have no idea.
You know who Jim Norton is?
No.
He was a regular on Opie and Anthony.
I ain't got nothing against trannies.
I don't have anything against him either. I'm just.
I'm sure you don't. You went to the club. And we only know one time. It could have been 10 times.
These weren't even like good trannies. This was like your 75-year-old grandpa with a full beard in high heels.
You know what? I can't understand how the hell they get their feet in those heels.
So, it's so uncomfortable. Even if I was a girl, I wouldn't wear that shit. So, as the legend goes, I was talking to this chick. I already went out on one date with her previously. She invites me out. She was already out with a friend of hers. Is a gay guy. She's already out with a friend of hers. So I was going to meet them up. This is in an area that I don't know any of the bars, restaurants, or anything. So she tells me where to meet her, gives the address, all that good shit.
I
show up. What?
I can barely hear you.
Really?
Yeah. So tell us the story. I didn't mean to interrupt you about your transsexual experiences.
It's fine. So, picking back up.
Transsexual experiences you had.
So I show up to the place. Still, like, I didn't see a lot of people outside coming and going. So I didn't know what I was getting into yet.
Didn't know what he was getting into. You understand that, everybody?
So I go in there.
I'm pretty loud now.
She tells me she's at, like, the back bar or some shit. Walk in, and I'm, like, wall to wall, front to back, like, hundreds of trannies.
It's like an ant farm.
And this isn't freaking Amco, ladies and gents.
This is in New Jersey.
This is actually in PA.
Oh, it's PA.
It was right across the border.
Right. Oh, that's where they keep them. I didn't know they had a zoo out there. What's that called? A transsexual zoo? Probably get banned for that one, too.
So.
Do you know we've been banned 3 times? Go ahead. Tell us more of your story.
I'll tell that story in a second, too. So, I'm looking around, I'm walking through. And these aren't like attractive trannies, like, you know, got themselves pretty and shit.
You mean something?
Some trannies are pretty damn attractive. Gotta be honest.
Some of them fooled you, didn't they?
Some can fool you. Always look for an Adam's apple.
And something else. Wait till they tuck it in you.
Yeah, duct tape. If they break duct tape out, run.
Oh, jeez.
So, it is ma'am. Oh, you never saw that video?
No.
I'll tell you that in a second. Too.
All right, that's good for you.
They know what everybody has seen that. This guy doesn't know anything about the internet. So anyway, going looking for place. I mean, these are like old men, like older than this guy. Old men, big beards, mustaches, hairy arms, a whole nine, with freaking like dresses, wigs, and heels. That's it. It looks like a Halloween costume. It wasn't like they cared or made an effort. They were like making a mockery of themselves, kind of. At least, you know, put some effort. You know, break a razor out or something. Anyway, go in there, finally find the chick, hanging out for a while.
I got you started, didn't I?
Yeah, hanging out for a while, this, that, and the other. So her friends started dancing, whatever. And then I probably made a mistake. I was wearing a hoodie, but the T-shirt I had on under the hoodie was like a car T-shirt that had a turbo on it.
So where'd you make a mistake when you went to the bathroom with the glory hole? I made a mistake
by telling you this story is where I made the big mistake. I should have took this one to the grave. Now I'm telling the whole internet. So,
well, you know what? You could have gone to Studio 54. You'd have the same problem.
So I tell her I'm wearing a T-shirt. It's a car T-shirt, and it has a picture of a turbocharger on it. And then above the turbocharger, it says "Blow me."
There, I knew I was close.
But I kept my zippy.
I kept my zipper up because I was scared.
I did keep my zipper up. I kept the hoodie zipped up nice and tight.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Once he pulled that shirt off there, he was like, the girls were like all over him.
But so she...
Well, they're not girls.
This is the last time I went out. She decided that she was going to freaking tell her gay friend about the shirt I'm wearing. Now, all of a sudden, he's like being like over the top about it. He's trying to like get me to take my hoodie off, all that. Like he wasn't being nice. He was being an asshole. So
the story is you ended up in the bathroom again, second time, and it worked out fine for you, right?
So then we're by the dance floor, and then freaking they're doing all sorts of whatever. I'm not really dancing. I'm just standing by the side with a chick.
Who can dance at 300 pounds? Oh, I did see the people in the parades that do that dance with the pride flag. They dance pretty good. They usually wearing like little diapers when they're dancing around.
So they try to pull the hoodie off me, so I freaking just walked off. I hopped the freaking... I didn't even walk out the entrance or exit. I just walk out to the patio, hop the goddamn fence, take off, leave. I didn't even tell her I was leaving.
It's amazing how that story works out for you.
Yeah.
So that was the first time or the fifth time?
What are you talking about?
I'm just trying to get the truth out of you.
The first or fifth for what?
First time or the fifth time you jumped over that fence.
First and last.
Probably the fifth time. He's first like, I'm going back one more time. Every time I get something, I jump over the fence.
First and last.
Don't believe you.
Don't care.
All right, so let's move on here. Let's talk about a little climate change besides your
what about
your sexual indications of life.
What about climate change? What do you want? What do you want to know? What should Papa Ryan school you on?
Well, it's a really shame that they used that girl from Sweden as a prop.
It is. I think that's child abuse.
You got an 11-year-old for the last 5.
So where were we before we had technical difficulties?
We're just starting to talk about the climate change.
Oh, you said it was and I agree with you. It's a shame that they used Greta Thunberg for her as a prop.
Yeah. And
I think it's child abuse.
That's what all the liberals did and all the Democrats did. I mean, not all liberals, probably not all Democrats, but I'm sure it's a lot of them.
Majority.
I mean, come on, 11 years old. Let's see,
she's autistic too.
You started to walk when you were 1 or 2. You learned how to poop and pee at 5. You got 3 words out of your mouth, and then you're going to dictate what the world's going on, like what's going on. I mean, that's a terrible prop. She's 11 years old. She's telling us she's never had a job in her life, and she's telling you how to run the world. That's pretty bad.
I don't blame her. I blame her parents.
Yes, that's child abuse.
All the handlers that were involved with putting her in this position.
For sure.
That's child abuse. She doesn't know any. Plus, she has Asperger's, I believe.
She doesn't know any better?
Yeah, so
she doesn't not even know any better.
Well, first of all, she doesn't know what she's talking about, but she doesn't know any better about the ramifications of what's going on, of what she's doing and how they're using it.
I mean, if she knew better, okay, I would understand if she's already graduated college, already at 11 years old, like there has been some people that have done that.
Child geniuses?
Yes. There's quite a few of them that graduated college at 10 years old or 12 years old. She hasn't graduated high school. I mean,
she hasn't
grammar school.
She hasn't gotten into high school.
Yeah, she hasn't. And she's preaching to us what we're supposed to do to save the world. It's like, you know what? The dinosaurs were here. The world's here. The world, the planet.
How do you know the dinosaurs were here?
The planet is alive, and you're complaining about what we're doing to the planet. Only, how many countries are there? 152?
No, 91, 92, 93, something like that. I think it's like 190.
And so we're one country going to do something about it. It's like, are you serious?
I think she was talking about the West in general. It wasn't just the U.S. that she was coming after.
You know
it's
what?
The West in general. It's Europe, too, and Australia.
You notice she's not on the news anymore.
Yeah, they're not playing her as much because she's getting older. She's not.
Yeah,
like
all of a sudden she's got 15? A brain.
No, I'm not saying that. It's probably still dumb. But.
All right, let's move on.
Most 15, 16-year-olds are dumb.
What do you got?
16.
Why do you
want to be 16? You're dumb at 16. Not that you're not dumb now.
No, 16 was a good life.
Everybody's dumb at 16.
Oh, all I was doing is chasing girls.
What happened to that?
Girls are chasing boys. Boys are chasing girls at 16.
Not anymore.
Girls, you know what the problem is? You know what the problem is?
What's the problem?
They're both shy and they're afraid to ask each other to go out with each other. That's the problem they have.
Well, guys are really shy now. They will not approach a girl in person.
No.
Do it online.
No, you do it online
They'll
now.
Snapchat each other, DM each other on Instagram, but they will not just like go up and cold approach a chick.
No, I'll send you a picture of my mom. This is what I look like. Not me. You know, the girl.
Hey, there's some hot moms out there.
You know what? That is true.
Actually, that girl with the bar story, she was a mom. She was a MILF. I broke her bed, too.
Oh, there we go. He's MILF breaking. That's a funny job. Well, what do you got on the list down there?
She did have a kid, though.
Well, luggage isn't bad if it's a good kid.
I'm not getting seriously involved with a chick that has a kid.
Yeah, I never did either.
I made that mistake a couple of times. I dated a chick with a kid, and it does not go well.
No,
you are bottom of the totem pole.
No, usually what happens is
bottom of the totem pole.
What happens is usually they tell you a simple thing saying, "You're not my dad."
I'm not even talking about the kid itself.
Oh, okay. Well, usually the girl tells you that too. You're not his father.
The problem was when you date a single mother, you are the last priority. So you get treated. They don't give a shit about you.
Yeah,
They're not giving a shit. Their kid comes first, then their career comes, then their family comes, then their pet comes, and then if they have any time left over and they're bored one Sunday afternoon because the guy has the custody, then they'll freaking hit you up.
So you're telling me
want you to take them out to a nice restaurant.
So you're telling me a dog is in front of you or a cat?
I'm not lying. Yeah.
Wow, you're
Yeah.
really.
I've dated these chicks. Yes,
You're really.
I have been underneath.
You are underneath.
I've been so far low on the totem pole. I was the freaking concrete underground.
Well,
for the
you know
footing.
what? You're probably like a groundhog. You got to dig down and come back up.
That's what you got to do with single mothers.
I thought they were soccer moms.
No, they're fun. They're recreational use only. So
No, everybody's a winner. What
No.
kind of crap is that?
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is they're fun to use here and there, but you do not take them seriously. You do not have a relationship with them.
Well, you know what the fun part is? They all drive vans. You get lucky in the van.
Exactly.
It'd be like, oh, I'm 16 again, when you can't afford a hotel. No, you never.
What's the wildest place you banged abroad?
Probably a '69 Mustang.
Okay.
Oh no! There's another wild one. So there we were doing shrooms,
Oh, just naturally. Just, that's what you do.
and we were sitting in the park because right behind my complex was the park down in San Diego.
Oh, that park? Yeah.
Yeah.
Balboa Park?
No, not Balboa Park.
Okay.
There's one there, but I forget the name of the park. I can't even remember the name. It was back around Rosecrans in San Diego, in that virtual area. And there was like sets up of 16 apartments, 16 apartments running down the street, all not connected. The 16 were connected, but I mean...
Well, like townhouses?
No, it was 16 apartments and then another section of 16, another section of 16.
Like apartment buildings.
Yeah, well, what happened was I met this hairstylist, and we were doing shrooms, and I was horny like a dog. And I did her in the alleyway. I pulled her pants down. Not her pants, her panties down. She had a dress on. And thank God we didn't get caught, because we were just like...
Was this at night, daytime?
This is at sunset. So we're like two dogs in heat right on the side of a complex in the driveway. Just
Hanging on the neighbor's window.
she was just standing there. I had her bent over, and I'm just hammering it. And
Right in the middle of the freaking driveway?
Right in the middle of the driveway.
Like her hands are on the pavement?
We were doing shrooms. Who the hell cared? No, I don't know.
Obviously not you two.
I don't know if her hands were on the pavement. Who could have cared? It's like, well, I know she had one of those short cocktail waitress
is
dresses.
that your dick was wet.
Oh, it was more than wet. It just
What's more than wet?
It got excited. It
You
exploded.
can't have sex if it didn't get excited.
It's always excited. I've got that problem.
I hope it's not excited right now.
No, not.
If it is, we have to take a break.
Well, let me look. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a break.
I'm surprised you can even see it anymore. Do you use to see it? Do you use a mirror and binoculars now?
Yeah, that's pretty funny. You're just jealous because mine's probably bigger than yours.
Yeah, right. They call me Ryan Gigantor.
What we'll have to do is get your friend in here, and she'll have to measure.
There's going to be no measuring going on around here.
Oh, you're just jealous.
There's a tape measure over there, by the way.
I already know how.
I do not want to be present.
I'm not going to bring it up. How?
I do not want to be present
For
this situation. So when we first got started, when I set up all this equipment, all that stuff for the podcast.
Wait. You set up all. Wait. You set up all the equipment.
The mics, all
wait
that good
a
shit.
minute.
I set up.
Do all you people have this problem?
Me.
You go into business with somebody. You guys are dating the same girl, and you run into this problem where he did everything.
So we're not Eskimo brothers. So
Eskimo. What the hell's an Eskimo brother?
you know what an Eskimo brother is?
I have no idea.
So
Is that a sexual term?
yeah, it is. So what it is?
I don't even want to know what an Eskimo brother is.
It's not that sick. What it is?
It's not that sick.
I mean, there could be Eskimo sisters too, but for Eskimo brothers, it's if like two guys who are friends or know each other, whatever the case is, if they both, not at the same exact time, but if they like say one weekend, dude bangs Emily, for instance, make up a name. Dude bangs Emily one weekend. Next weekend, his freaking friend also bangs Emily.
Oh, that happens all the time.
Yeah, you're not Eskimo brothers because you both have banged the same chick.
I didn't know that was
It
something.
could be Eskimo sisters too. It could go the other way as well.
I didn't know that was something to brag about.
It's just, I don't know about bragging, but it's like a funny thing you could joke about with your friends.
I always thought it's like, hey, the best manly thing to do is when
You've never done that?
Whoever
with your buddies?
Whoever you have sex with, you don't talk about it.
Who the hell says that?
It's just a respectable thing to do for women.
We always talked about with my friends, like if you bang so and so.
Yeah, because all the women you bang are whores.
They're all whores now. If I didn't bang whores,
Hey,
I would be a virgin.
It's not my fault.
No,
It's not my fault you got lucky.
You banged whores too.
You know what? I wish I could find more.
If I had banged whores, I'd be a virgin.
If I didn't, I'd be a slut. Uh-oh. Silence on the other side.
Technically, a whore is a professional. She gets paid. Technically. That's a technical definition of whore. It's a girl that gets paid for sex. But when I use that term loosely, I'm just saying like a girl's like a
Well,
hoe, she's a slut.
I don't like
She's
using
loose.
any of those terms for women.
Because you respect women all of a sudden.
Yes, I do.
A bunch of shit. What's your body count?
What? How many times I got lucky in my life?
How many different chicks have you banged?
Geez. I don't want to brag. Probably around, Christ, probably 300 to 500.
Okay.
300 to 500.
Does that sound like a guy respecting women?
Yes, I did. I respected
I
them.
respected them every weekend.
I respected them every weekend. I hit it for a couple times, and then I moved on to another one. I was good at this. Don't ask me why. I really think what it was is I was scared to have a kid, or I was scared to a girl who'd fall in love with you and then want to get married.
Was it more that you were scared of getting hurt?
Hurt? No, I just didn't want to pay for the women and the kids because they high maintenance. It was just easy to move on.
So you never wanted kids?
Oh, yeah, I did want 3 kids in my life. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
There's no doubt I wanted a boy and 2
So how
girls,
come you
or
never
2
took
girls
any-
and a boy.
How come you didn't take a few? I mean, some girls you do not want to take serious at all because they're just out of their mind.
I think it was the booze.
But I've hooked up with a few girls here and there that if things went a little differently, I would have tried to pursue.
You know what it was? It's like, hey, I'm in my.
I did try to pursue things sometimes,
I'm
but
in my early 20s. I'm in Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
There's plenty of women there. I mean, everybody was moving from.
city.
There was bumper stickers for. Don't forget when you leave Michigan, turn out the lights. There was just a lot of women there, and the problem I had, even
You
though
were just too handsome.
I was, well, yes, thank you very much. and the problem I had going to all the clubs all the time, it's like the 3-4 clubs I go, I knew everybody at the clubs. I got reserved parking in the front. No matter what time I get there, they put the cones out. If I'm go in for free concerts, and I just never wanted to get tied down at the time. I was scared of being.
You mean concerts, or you mean more like live bands?
Well, live bands like
Okay.
Dave Mason.
I wouldn't necessarily. I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
Is
I
that-
know
is
you. I know you don't know anybody. I can't remember exactly all the bands, but there's plenty
I call
of.
it live bands. I don't call it a concert. That's not a concert.
Well, there were concerts. They sold the
I don't
tickets
call it a concert. Maybe a show.
at a club.
Call it a show, not a concert.
At a club.
Yeah,
Those 38 Special,
I've heard of them.
Leonard Skinner,
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Rousen and Collins.
Never heard of them.
That was part of Leonard Skinner's other crew.
Oh, okay.
Ozzy Osbourne,
Yeah,
Queen.
who hasn't heard of that? Who hasn't heard of Queen?
Aerosmith, Ted Nugent.
We saw them at dive bars and shit.
There were dive bars.
What were they?
All of a sudden, I'm on a dive bar now.
Come
wow.
on, that's all. Come on, you're telling me that you didn't hang out at dive bars?
Are
all
you
the
talking
time.
about the Lemon Tree?
I thought that was a haircutting place.
I thought it was a gay place before it even came.
I mean, it sounds like a produce stand. Which, hey, there's a lot of
yeah,
fruits
get
there.
some lemons.
You missed that joke.
See, yeah, I got it, the whole joke.
Did you?
You threw me off my
Off
story
your,
here.
off your vibe? Am I messing with your vibe?
I forgot what I was talking about. You know how dementia hits you when you're this age.
I don't, because I don't deal with that. You were talking about shows that you went to at bars, at dive bars.
The dive bars in Houston.
You saw Leonard Skinner at
So,
a dive
so
bar.
what? You're putting down the South with dive bars now?
I'm not. This isn't about the South. This is about anywhere.
Wow.
I don't have anything against the South. I have family in Houston.
Transsexuals?
No. As far as I know.
Tell the truth.
As far as I know. I don't have any in my family. I have, there's a few drug addicts in the family.
Wait.
but-
So you're telling me for the dive bars I go to,
Yeah.
what's the transsexual bars you go to called?
I went to one once, and I hopped the fence and ran out of there.
I bet you guys were all wearing red shirts at the same time.
What does that signify?
I honestly don't know. You have to ask
Why'd you
someone
bring it up?
that's on
It's
the
like a matador thing.
You have to ask someone on the down low. I couldn't tell you.
It's like a Matador thing.
Matador this, Matador that. What's next on your schedule?
Yeah, I forgot to hit the timer.
What timer?
A little timer down here. I don't know how. I can look at the recording.
42 years, 30 minutes. Says no signal.
It doesn't say no signal. The bottom one isn't the one that's hooked to the camera.
Well, I can't read the top
You dumb
one.
dick. The top one is the
Dumb
one.
dick.
You dumb dick. The top one is the one that's connected to the camera.
It's more like my name is really Tom Cat. So what are you doing with your squirrel over there?
Ain't my scroll. This is freaking. Guy has some nuts.
He's shaking up the squirrel's nuts, making them all happy.
So what do you do? Like, do you hang out late at night? This is his squirrel, by the way. Do you like hang out late at night and like play with, pet it, and like feed it peanuts and shit?
Well, you know what I do? Sometimes I'll
do you
walk
do?
up to the TV, I put some peanuts by it in the night, and I get up in the morning and there's only shells left.
Guy thinks this is a freaking tooth fairy or something. Does it leave you $1 under your pillow?
Well, when it shits, I get 50 cents.
50 cent. This is 50.
This is 5. This is the nickel. I'm 5 cent.
You didn't get that reference.
You didn't get that
There was
one?
a song that 50 Cent did called "This Is 50."
Yeah, well,
It's a pretty good song.
I talk to people that believe they're 50 cent. I tell them, it's like, hey, I'm 5 cent.
There was one famous line that a famous rapper did that before 50 Cent was a big deal. He said, "I'm about $1. What the fuck is 50 cent?"
That's right, because I'm a nickel of gold, baby.
What does that even mean?
All right, we're back. Hey!
Boom!
We're
I'm
back.
having technical difficulties with camera. I got some setting issues I got to work through. It keeps cutting itself off. I think I know what to do. But anyway,
It's like a girl cutting them off
Sorry
when she
for-
goes out.
sorry for the cutouts, but I
How's
don't even
that-
know what the hell we were talking about. Anyway,
How's that work out for you? How's that work out for you? You take a girl out and she eats dinner and then leaves you there with the bill and then says,
Chicks do that all. That's a standard operating procedure with chicks.
and then they say, my boyfriend's picking me up.
I haven't had that one before. I'll be honest.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I haven't gone to take a girl on a date. At the end of the date, she tells me that, "Well, wait here with me while my boyfriend picks me up."
Yeah, you haven't had that happen?
No,
How many? I bet you everybody listening to this has had that happen to them.
I don't think it's as common as you think it is.
There's a lot of sly girls out there.
I'll agree to that, but
There's like
not to the point where they're literally saying at the end of your date, "Hey, you know what? Like, hang out here. My boyfriend's coming to pick me up."
That's never happened to you, huh?
Dude's a cuck.
A what?
A cuck.
What's a cuck?
You don't know what a cuck is?
I have no idea.
A beta cuck?
What the hell's a beta cuck?
A bait is the beta guy, and basically his woman runs a show. She goes around, cheats on this, that, and the other. And some of like the hardcore cucks, they freaking be in the same room. The guy will be sitting there, like the husband boyfriend will be sitting there jerking off while on the bed she's getting banged by another dude.
Whoa.
I'm explaining what it is.
I've never seen it happen in my life, and I don't want to.
I'm just explaining what it is.
Unless I'm the one
It's-
doing the banging.
That's probably more common. That's probably more common than the situation you're talking about, where guys are on dates and then all of a sudden the girl says her boyfriend's picking her up.
Well, I've seen a lot of...
A lot of like the freaking hot wives cuck. A lot of them are like kind of straightforward, upfront about it.
Now, I've seen a lot of girls wear hooker suits and stand in front of this is in San Diego, stand in front of a store on Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, they're called hookers.
No. And she's standing there with a little sign, can I get your change? Can I get your change? Can I get your change? And she's standing there, and she's beautiful and very pretty, dressed up to the max.
Yeah.
And then 3 hours later, if you're sitting there like I was, and then you see the boyfriend pull in the Mercedes.
Why were you still there?
Because I was homeless,
Oh, okay.
so I could see it.
All right.
And then the guy pulls in the Mercedes. She jumps in with whatever
Oh,
money
absolutely.
she made.
It's a hustle. They're hustling.
No kidding.
That's not necessarily the dude's a cuck. He's a pimp.
He's pimping her out, and she's
Yeah.
making money. They probably got
Hey.
a house in Malibu now.
Hey, you know what? More power to the dude. Dude's a pimp.
Pimp daddy.
Pimps are G's. Cucks are little bitches.
Yeah, I don't know what you got to say about that.
I just said what I had to say about that.
So what else you want to talk about today?
So I set up this guy with the phone to like take notes for like stuff for the show, this, that, and the other. And so I've showed him how to make like audio recordings, like little voice memos on his phone.
Is that it?
So he makes like 20 of them in 2 days. about like 7 of them are the same damn topic.
This is what happens when you drink alcohol.
And then one of them is, oh, I think Scooby-Doo is here. Oh, here's Scooby-Doo. What the fuck?
Yeah, Scooby-Doo is on. It's Friday, 11:30. I was changing channels.
And so you had to make a voice memo about you came across Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, Scooby-Doo is on.
You ever blow your mind, like, did you watch Scooby-Doo as a kid? Was it around then or no?
Yeah, it was around. I wasn't into much cartoons, honestly. I was into Gigantor, Speed Racer, Bugs Bunny.
Muttley.
I think that's about the 3 I could say.
All right, so this is kind of like a little bit trippy. Like when you grow up as a kid, you just watch Scooby-Doo, you think it's about like, a detective squad looking for monsters or ghosts or whatever.
Yeah, that's what it's something like that.
Once you get older, you realize there's just a bunch of freaking potheads are hallucinating, tripping off shrooms and shit, and what the hell's going on?
Well, you know what? You did watch this show back in the 60s. I think it was called Fat Albert.
Yeah, I know Fat. Hey, like Fat Albert.
He was a young black man that was really big.
That was voiced by your boy.
He was about as big,
that, right?
He was about as big as you.
You know who the voice of Fat Albert was?
I have no idea.
This is your boy.
Who?
Bill Cosby.
The rapist. Unbelievable.
I knew you'd like
He's
that one.
already out of prison, so.
Do you know how much it chapped his ass that during that whole trial, after he got convicted of all that, you know how much it chapped his ass that they were still playing the Cosby Show on the TV? Every day he brought it up to me. He was pissed off about it.
It's still on.
It's still chapping his ass.
I mean, he took off the Little Rascals saying that was racist. Mm-hmm. Because he bought all their rights or whatever he did.
Why, because there's one black kid in it?
Because I think it was, I don't know if it was Stymie or...
I don't know their names. Alfalfa was one, right?
Alfalfa was the guy with the white guy
with the
hair,
with the hair thing coming up.
And he was after the girl. I think it was because of, I think it was Stymie. He used to throw eggs up in the air and they hit him in the head every time. He'd throw an egg up and he'd get hit in the head with the egg.
That was because it was the black kid?
Yeah, it was a black kid.
So that's why it was racist.
I guess so. I don't know. I guess it was because you're making fun of the black kid. I guess. I don't know.
You want to hear something stupid?
Oh, geez, you're going to talk again?
You want to hear...
Here we go.
Obviously.
Are you ready for this bullshit? Let's
Yes.
go. Let the fucking diarrhea run out of your mouth. Let's hear it.
Obviously.
Here he goes. What do you got?
So I'm sure everybody knows about all this stupid crap they pulled off of grocery shelves like Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben's, all that crap.
Yeah.
This is one... I mean, that was incredibly stupid. So now there's no people of color in the grocery store. Fucking brilliant. Great job. Great job. So.
I can't even get white rice anymore.
This one. I know. This one, that's racist. This one. This one.
Yeah.
So there's this, he probably doesn't know. He might, I don't know who the guy is. There's a guy, he's like a comedian, like a political comedian, I guess you could say, named Terrence Williams. Well, I'm sure a lot of people know who he is. So he came out with a product. This is after all the Aunt Jemima, all of the shelf shit.
How long is this going to take?
Shut up. He came out with like a pancake waffle mix type of thing, and he called it Cousin T's. And he has his face on the packaging. It's his company. It's his product. Facebook removed him for freaking racist shit. Because of the Cousin T's pancake mix.
All right, so
it was him putting it out with his own goddamn face on it.
So you're going to get us locked out the 4th time now? We haven't even posted anything?
Oh, yeah. That. I don't think. We didn't really explain what happened. So, anyway.
We're going to get fucking nailed again.
Let's get nailed again. So, I mean, I want to get nailed soon, but that's another story for another day.
Yeah, I hope you get lucky with it. Never mind.
I do, too. Maybe if you got laid, you'd actually be a nice guy.
They're so funny.
So where was like, oh yeah, the Instagram thing.
Oh, you know what I was thinking of doing?
What?
I was thinking of
Why is a squirrel on top of that little bitch's head?
I was thinking of
what happened here? Did you not notice this?
Yeah, I did.
You did that.
What, you trying
no,
to
I didn't do that. Squirrel has money of its own.
I was thinking to go to bingo night and see if I could hook up with a girl with no teeth.
You should get a gum job.
You know what it is, and you know what the funny part would be? As she trips when you're holding her arm to walk out, her teeth fall out of her mouth. Like, we got to get those. We got to get those teeth.
There was a big rap song like 10, 15 years ago called Got Some Teeth.
There was a big, by Jay Giles, it was a big song called Take Out Your False Teeth, Mama, I Want to Suck on Your Gums.
That's sick.
I didn't say it. They did.
That is sick.
What do you want me to do?
Have you ever done that?
Did what?
Suck on a chick's gums.
No, but I've heard
Have
if
you ever
she
gotten a
gives you
gum job?
oral sex, that's pretty good without the teeth.
Yeah.
I've heard that. I have no idea.
You don't have any personal experience?
No personal experience. Never. I don't even want to experience having been with a woman with no teeth.
You know, they say there's a lot of VD in nursing homes.
Yeah, I heard you can get lucky.
Yeah, they're in there fucking. They are fucking.
Right.
You know what? What else you got to do? They don't have to go to work. They don't have responsibility. They don't have shit to do. They're all bored as shit. They got a limited time left at this point.
And they probably
you
don't
might
ta-
as well. You know what?
And
They're in pain half of the time. You might as well start fucking. Fuck it. Well, you got nothing to lose. Who cares? What are you gonna do? Get AIDS and die? Who cares?
They probably smell like perfume, and they probably don't take showers.
Old people don't shower. It's gross.
Pretty much.
They walk around. They have no control over their
What
flatulence
do you
either.
tell you take a shower once a
Zero
month?
flatulence control. Their valve is-
Flatulent what?
They have a leaky valve
On both sides?
on every direction.
That's terrible.
North, south, east, west.
What about the sagging?
I still didn't get to the Instagram.
What about the sagging? What you call it? Right
canceled
here? What
story.
about right here? The sagging.
Sagging titties?
Oh, I didn't know we were allowed to say that.
You can say titties.
Well,
I
saw
like
a girl.
the first couple minutes.
I
I say
saw-
on YouTube you shouldn't like curse because they'll flag you like off the first couple minutes. But after that, once you get into it, you could like fucking let that shit rip, bitch.
I saw a girl on the news. I think she's running for governor. I don't know what state. She's a Democrat. And it was funny. She had nice ones there, but one was lower than the other one.
Well, you know, except for like surgically enhanced ones, but natural titties, I almost all of the time, one's always bigger than the other.
That's the problem this girl had.
Well, I mean, that's what every girl has.
Well, there wasn't one bigger than the other. It was one lower than the other.
Maybe she needs a new bra.
It's a possibility. I mean, it's like I see these advertisements, like with the razor coming across the
What?
with the razor coming across their little thing here. They're selling the razor, across their
Oh,
panties, and the bra advertisements. And it's like, it's amazing that all these bras, they fit all these girls and they're all like right where they should be.
of course, it's a commercial. They're going to make it look like shit for the commercial?
I can't believe the governor wasn't dressed up to have hers at the same side.
Which governor is this?
I don't remember.
So, back to the canceled story.
Yeah, we've been canceled 5 times now.
Not 5, but I'm sure we'll get
4.
there. We'll get there. So,
It's a matter of cancel.
Time.
We haven't even got a show on TV and we've been canceled.
so when I
Friggin'
first
amazing.
opened all the accounts for the Diktators, setting all the accounts up for the different social medias.
Yeah, we got to spell it a different way every time.
Let me hit this.
Yeah, you're supposed to. Yeah, Jesus Christ. My producer really sucks here. Yeah, Diktators.
So, back to the regularly scheduled programming.
Don't ask me how to spell that.
Spell Diktators.
Well, because then if I spell it for you, we'll get canceled again.
You probably don't even know how we're spelling it now.
No, it's probably...
I've had to change it like 3
It's
times.
probably Tators, taters.
All right. So,
Hey, I graduated high school. Don't give me a break, will you?
I could add.
I'm from the special commitment.
You sure are. Capital letters. So,
What the hell is a capital letter?
my point proven. So, I set up all the accounts.
Which account?
So I did YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. I still have more. I'm going to set up more, but those are like the main 3 the first 3 that I set up.
And don't forget Soup to Nuts.
And don't forget Soup to Nuts. Yes, that's going to be part of the outro, by the way. So,
God, I gotta tell this guy every time to fucking throw some.
shit will get better. Hang in there, folks. Shit will get better. Improvements will be made. So,
This is what happens.
I've
when
been
you
trying to tell this story for 10 fucking minutes.
This is what happens when you don't do drugs.
10 fucking minutes I've been trying to tell this stupid fucking story.
It's a stupid story. What the hell we want to listen to it for? You know what? I'm going to give you the floor. Go ahead, chat away.
This is like a this is
Bitch.
like a this is a news story.
Here we go. Diktators. Here he goes with the news story.
So,
You're
after,
supposed to hit the button, jackass. All right. Yeah, I'm going to let him talk because he's going to kill himself. Oh, sorry. That's it. Not really.
he's gonna unalive himself.
Unalive. There you go. Okay, let's hear your story. What problem you got?
I mean, this affects you too, motherfucker.
Well, easy with the vulgar.
This is your account too.
Hey, you know what? I could just walk out of here.
I can too. I have fucking legs, motherfucker.
Tell your story. So, all of a sudden you were gay one day, and what happened?
I woke up.
He was on the down low.
I woke up and my cat was licking my balls.
He woke up and
we're telling that story in a second.
His cat
we're
was...
we're going to tell that story in a second.
All right. So he was on the down low. He woke up. There was a guy in his room, and he threw him out of bed, and he didn't know what he was doing there.
No, we'll tell that's the real story about that. Well, you know what? We'll jump into that one too. Fuck it.
What else story you got?
That's a great story. So let me do the Instagram.
Oh, here we go.
So Instagram. So I made the account. They said they gave me a little green check. I could use the freaking username. So the first one was the Diktators, Diktators official. That was up for about a day or so. I tried to go back in like a day and a half, 2 days later.
Canceled.
Your account has been restricted or banned or whatever the hell they said. So I'm like, all right. I tried to like unban it or try to appeal it. Nothing happened. They're assholes. So
easy.
So the second time, so I'm like, all right, new account. I have to make a new account. Make a new account. So the second one, I'm like, all right, I have to spell it differently, obviously. So the second time, I spell it the Diktators, Diktators.
Canceled.
Boom. Within a day, done, gone. And actually, the first account, I didn't even put a profile picture up. I put nothing. I didn't put nothing on the account. I just opened the account.
Canceled.
Username, email, password, that's it.
Canceled.
Done. Second one, I put a profile picture up and one post. Actually, I made 2 posts, but
canceled.
One of the posts was a profile picture. Boom. Done. Out. So now we're on to our third one. Well, and that was just last night. We'll see if it stays up.
How long is this going to take?
So next story. So
I didn't know we had another story.
We canceled twice already. So this guy.
How do you go to the bathroom here? You got to raise your hand.
Zero technology intelligence over here. This guy.
Who are you looking at? The squirrel?
Zero.
Wait. The squirrel and the girl here, right?
Zero technology intelligence over
Wait
here.
a minute. I can make a phone call.
Zero.
Cancel.
My grandmother can make a phone call and she's dead.
Yeah, after you fucking took all her money.
I know how to use a Ouija board.
Unbelievable. The gypsies are here.
So,
go ahead.
Oh yeah. So one day we're sitting there having a couple beers, hanging out. I got my phone.
Who's having a couple
iPhone.
beers?
Me and you.
I didn't know we were a team.
We're a team. We're pickleball, baby.
Pickleball. Here we come. Fucking new corporation, baby.
So we're sitting there. And this is at a like a rental type of house, so there's like tenants that live there too. Don't say the names of the towns.
Oh,
don't say the name of any towns. You say just say states. We're in New Jersey.
Tom's River.
We're in. Anyway,
South Bend.
Anyway, we're gonna bleep out the town name you said.
Oh my God! Nope. Censored again. He wouldn't even let me wear my goddamn shirt. It said fuck.
I wanted to wear a G-string today.
Said fuck censorship with skulls and crossbones, and I couldn't wear it. Anyway,
it's true. So,
in fact, we'll take a picture of it. Go ahead.
So
here he goes again. Here he goes. Starts the whole thing.
You know, have you sensed this guy does not like it when somebody else is telling a good story and he's not the center of attention, the spotlight ain't on him. He doesn't like to share the spotlight.
I didn't know you had a good story.
He doesn't like to share it. He's a greedy guy. He's a little greedy elf.
When you're a star like me, making billions.
for a billionaire, you need to buy some new fucking shoes.
And pants and shirts.
Jesus Christ.
I need a whole setup. Maybe your friend can hook me up.
You need a lot more than one person to
hook
you up.
So what are you trying to explain here? Don't get lost in your train of thought that you don't have.
So he pulls out and he's like, let me use Siri. So I show him how to use Siri.
Oh, this is when Siri used to work really good.
Siri never worked good, still doesn't.
She still doesn't.
Anyway, you're right. She sucks. Anyway, so he uses her. So he's sitting there. So then he's asking her, a bunch of stupid questions like everybody does. So
what do you mean there were stupid questions? They were,
like how big your titties, like yada yada, like that, just like dumb guy shit that I've done a ton too. So anyway, he's asking some of those questions.
Are you good looking?
Yeah, that type of shit. Like where can I find a hooker? Or like dumb shit.
What's your address?
Yeah. So then he asks her. He says, Siri, why does my cat like to lick my balls? Me and him start cracking up. And then she comes back. And then right as she comes back, a tenant walks right around the corner of the house right next to us.
That's
and then
right.
she says, this is what I found on the internet for why does my cat like to lick my balls. This is on speakerphone.
That's so funny.
We're dying. Dude doesn't even look back at us. Doesn't even look back at us like, what the fuck is wrong with these idiots? Nothing. Just keeps walking.
I don't remember her answer, but it was a long answer.
No, she says, this is what I found on the internet for why does my cat like to lick my balls.
I know. I forget what she said after that, though. It was pretty funny. And you know what? Since I got an Apple, I asked the Siri the same thing, and it's like doesn't answer it that way. It used to be when you ask the question.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, she's wised up.
Yeah. And you ask
She's
the
not as fun.
You ask the question.
She's
It's
become
like
a Debbie Downer.
you ask her the question 1 + 1, and then she'll tell you she don't answer that no more. That one used to be because you have zero friends.
Yeah. She doesn't do that no more?
No, she would go off on a half a minute answer, and now she don't answer it at all. She's like, it's just simple. I ask her all these sexual questions, and she doesn't answer anything anymore. She's really gone downhill. It's really sad.
Siri, what is 1 + 1?
Watch. So where were you on your Siri phone? How it doesn't answer the questions anymore. It's really
boring.
sucks.
She was always a little bit of a wacky bitch, but she's becoming a boring bitch.
You know,
Nobody wants a boring bitch.
You know what? I've gone over to my sister's house and asked Alexa when she's not there all these sexual questions.
Yeah.
I can't get an answer. She'll say something like, "Oh, I can't answer that. Oh, that's above my pay grade." I can't remember really what she says, but excuse me, she doesn't answer the question at all.
I know. I actually saw a good Alexa video.
And just like Siri doesn't answer the questions at all. So what are you going to do in life when you get older, Ryan?
I'm going to jerk off and shoot some dust out.
Oh, jeez. It's not a future. Especially at 42. What are you, ZX, ZZ? Generation Z?
I'm a Generation X.
No, you're a millennium.
I'm not. First of all, there's no such thing as a millennium. A Millennium Falcon? You watch Star Wars? Han Solo over here?
You're one of those people. You just can't accept
Generation X.
I know who Generation X is. That's the mutants.
X-Men.
X-Men, yeah. The mutants.
Wolverine.
Nah, you're not Wolverine.
I'm motherfucking Wolverine. I got the haircut. Look. You got the haircut.
You're the guy with the fangs in the tail.
Who the fuck has the fangs in the tail?
I have no idea.
Fucking Squirrel Man?
Probably a Squirrel Man right here. Squirrel Man looking right at you.
There is one called Beast.
I have no idea. I don't watch these shows. I surf in between shows. I don't have that tendency to watch TV that
Patience?
much. Yeah, patience is the word I was looking for. It's like as soon as it's a commercial, I move down the roll, find another show that's on, and then stay there.
What is it going to take for us to get you into a solid pair of shoes?
I thought it was you were going to say what's going to take for us to get you in a halfway house.
That's a legitimate question.
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
it's a legitimate question. It's like we got to get you out of your car from sleeping at night and got to get you in a halfway house in the morning. This way I get a good pair of shoes, and the first thing happens is like, so you get a little cot, and there's like 70 people on each side, and the next thing you know, you take your shoes off, and when you wake up in the morning, they're gone. And then you got a pair like these again. That's what happens at the halfway house. You took your pants off, you wake up, their pants are gone.
How do you know? You had friends?
I've been there.
Yeah?
Yeah. Happens all the time. You want to go? I'll take you. You can pretend you're homeless.
Let's go. Maybe you could get a new pair of shoes.
You can wear a good pair of shoes, good pair of pants, good shirt, take it off, sleep at night, and find out if I can come up naked. It's all stolen.
Hopefully your ass doesn't hurt.
That too. I don't know about that part. That's possible. So what else you got to say in life? How's things going for you?
They're going pretty good.
That's good for you.
All right. You got any last thoughts here for the people?
Well, I think you should hit the button a couple times. We sign out. Boom.
Give me last thoughts. Any last things you want to part with the people?
Elaborate.
Let the people leave them something to contemplate themselves with?
Well, the best thing for everybody to contemplate about is just believe in yourself. You'll do good. Except for all you failures out there. I can't help it. And the failures probably came from your mom and dad when they told you, like, everybody's a winner, kid. You're really good at what you do, and then you really suck at it. So it's like, what can I tell you? It's like, it's the truth. It's like, you suck at baseball, you suck at football, you suck at every sport. Go be a genius with computers. And it's like, okay, what did they call those people back then?
What, nerds?
Nerds. You be a nerd. You know, if you're a nerd, you probably end up like, what's the guy's name? Bill Gates?
No, you don't want to end up like that guy. That guy's a piece of shit.
I know he is, but I'm just saying. You
mean rich.
You can be rich, whatever. Rich. You know, it's like, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. But just because you're uncoordinated, you know, I guess your sex life really sucks because you got to be coordinated to have good sex.
Was that your last thought that you wanted to leave people with?
Well, you know.
Hang in there, believe in yourself unless you're a failure. Is that
believe in yourself, you're probably a failure.
Wise words of Uncle Joe.
Oh, you know what? Go to college, get communication skills so you can learn how to talk to somebody. Like, hello, can you go out with me?
Yeah, because that's worth fucking $40,000 a year.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you only owe them $200,000.
Or you just go to a bar and hit on some bitches.
That's it. Hit some bitches. Hit them up.
No, not hit them. Hit on them.
That's right.
Don't hit them.
Learn how to talk to people in your class. Get off your goddamn phones already. Jesus Christ. That's the problem with the world today. Everybody's on their phone. It's like if there was a hole in the ground and you're looking at your phone, you'd all fall in it. It's like, get real. Talk to your classmates. Talk to your college person.
Talk to the hot bitch next to you.
Really? Ask her out for dates. Go, well, you know, maybe I'll go on a dating site because I'm scared to ask her in person because she might tell you no. You know how many girls said no to me?
Say, bitch, get in the car.
You know how many bitches said
we're going for a fucking T-bone and shrimp, bitch.
You know how many girls said no to me in my lifetime?
How many?
Well, if I got lucky with
say you banged in a minute. Say you banged 300. How many have said no or like give you a cold shoulder or curved you?
Probably 1,500.
Okay. That's actually a pretty good success ratio, to be honest.
I never thought of it that way.
So if 1,500 have denied you, so that means you hit on 1,800, say. So 300 out of 1,800 are on the meth off the top of my head.
Well, my rule used to be, when I go out to a club.
Was that 1 out of 6?
Wait. My rule used to be, and I'd go out to 2 or 3 clubs a night, is that I'd hit on 10 bitches, 10 pretty women.
10 whores.
10 of the best looking women in the bar.
10 whores.
And if they all said no, then I went to the next club.
More whores.
And they loved it.
It's the whores love it.
Hey, they say no. That's no big deal. You move on. You say another one. How you doing? Want to dance? Want to go out? You know, and you just move on every time.
To the next whore.
You know, it's amazing that
how many whores are out there?
No, not that. I was called that.
You were called a whore?
Yes.
Men can't be whores.
They told me I was a slut.
Men can't be sluts.
Well, that's all they told me I was doing.
Men cannot be sluts.
What are they called? Gigolos?
No. Slut makers.
Slut makers and milkshakers.
A man cannot be a slut. Do you know why?
No, I don't know why. There's not a cavity down there?
No. No, the reason why is because for women, it's easy to get laid. They could do anything and they could get laid. Men have to earn it.
No kidding.
Men, it's hard and difficult to earn it. So you can't be a slut as a man because when you get laid, you had to do something, put work in some way, somehow to achieve it. It's an achievement. It's like you had to work hard for it. Women, they just exist and they get laid. So a man cannot be a slut. He has to earn everything he gets.
Well, you know, maybe I'll be truthful. Maybe it was only 1,000 misses.
1,000 denials?
1,000 denials.
So 3 out of 1,300. So you hit on 1,300 total.
And got 500 times laid.
No, that's great ratio, to be honest. Even if it was, say you got 1,500 denials, so you hit on 1,800 overall.
And then I got a next day and the
so
next day.
So 3 out of 1,800, you banged, say 300. That's percentage. That's pretty good.
I can't help it. That's the way it is.
Even like top celebrities, like the most famous of famous, and that every chick wants to hook up with, even they get denied. Even they don't have 100%
Their
success
problem
rate.
is they get hooked up with one beautiful chick that has a lot of money, and they don't move on.
No, famous guys have their own money.
They move on a couple years later. I was moving on.
Famous guys have their own money.
Yeah, but the difference is...
A chick's money is irrelevant.
Right. All the money's real.
No, a guy's money is extremely
Mostly
relevant.
all the women I met that had no money at all.
When a chick has money, it's her money. When a guy has money, it's their money.
That's right. You didn't notice
So
that?
a chick's money is irrelevant to a man. It does not matter. It doesn't matter if a chick has money or doesn't have money.
Are you kidding
because
me?
it
Most
doesn't
of
help the guy at all.
most of the
Either
women-
way, it doesn't help the guy.
Most of the women I met was like this. It's like, well, I'm living with
Because when
my,
a chick gets money, she doesn't think about sharing and helping the guy out, lifting the guy out, making his life
I'm
better.
living home with my mom, and I have
They don't
two,
give a shit.
I have two
It's
kids.
their money.
I have 2 kids.
But think about it. When a guy gets money, when he finds a good girl,
That's
he
the way it
thinks-
is in Texas.
It's the way it is everywhere. When a guy gets
No, it's not.
yes, it is. It's worldwide.
Oh, when their
the way it is
when their
worldwide.
feet hits the street,
That's-
when they're sitting on the curb, they're
biology.
legal.
That's biology.
Yeah, you're right. That is biology.
When a guy gets money, he thinks about when he also finds a good woman. He thinks about how he could help her and bring her up and make her life better as well and create a family.
I did
when
that
a
every
girl
day.
gets money, she only thinks about, oh, I could get fucking my nails done, I could get a Prada bag, and everything is herself. It's not like, oh, I can help my dude out. I can freaking get him.
I could
something.
get my booty waxed.
That's all. Yeah,
I could get the front end waxed, whatever they call that.
yeah. So a
vagina
woman's money,
wax.
when it comes to dating, a woman's money is completely irrelevant.
So how many times have you had your balls waxed?
0. I did shave them once though, and I will never do that again.
All the girls know about getting it waxed.
I don't wax my shit.
They will limp around when
Wipe
they get they limp around when they get waxed, or when they get it in the. I will leave it there.
This is a long set of last thoughts, by the way.
Well, you know what? Why don't you just dictators?
All right, so
Pay attention.
he said his last thoughts, which were idiotic, and that's
He
you know.
can't even talk. It's
You
the
know
last
what?
time I take him
Your
drinking.
stupidity rubs off on people.
That's funny. And it looks
Check
like
out-
it's working.
Check out.
Soup to nuts.
Yes, check out my socials, Soup to Nuts, on all the big YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good shit. The link will be in the bio somewhere, wherever you're watching or listening to this. And wherever you're watching or listening to this, please give us a good review, good rating, whatever system that platform has. Hook us the fuck up, or we're going to find you and kick you in the leg.
Yeah, because you can see Ryan doing the rapping stuff, moving his hand. Next thing he'll be grabbing this. Whoa. Good luck.
So,
Good night.
see you later. The Diktators.